This is my daily routine as a professional sports bettor. Now, I usually wake up around 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I'll have a little bit of water, and then I go right to making myself a hot cup of coffee. I'll have the coffee going, and then I'll sit down and look at some emails, maybe some stuff that maybe came through overnight that I kind of got to go through. So I'll take about an hour and go through that. All right, that'll lead to about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And around that time, kids are usually getting up. You got to get them ready for school, get them off to school right around 8 to 9 o'clock-ish. So you got to get that going. Once I'm done with dropping kids off at school, then I head back home and get ready for gym/running. About 9 o'clock to 11. It takes about 2 hours. A lot of you guys see the videos that I put up, the shorts of me running. Well, I would run, which is a 4-mile run to the gym. We'll go to the gym, and then after that, you got to run home as well. So it takes that time to run home. And then on the off days, you guys see also when I run up the mountain, you guys will see me go running up and jogging up the mountain. Well, that's what I do on my off days. All right. And that usually, like I said, takes about from 9 o'clock to about 11 o'clock. All right. And then as soon as I'm done with that, around 11 o'clock-ish, as soon as I get home, then I look at the horse racing slate for the day. Now on the weekends, I got to do this a little bit earlier because horse racing starts a little bit earlier. But from 11 to about 12, I will zone in looking at what the horse racing is for the day and make sure the group that I'm putting all the information into gets that updated as well. So that way they can see exactly what horse races that they need to be paying attention to for the day. All right. That usually takes me about an hour. So that'll give me to about 12 o'clock noon. Now from about 12 to 1, that's when I'll have lunch. I'll take a little break there to go ahead and, we'll have some lunch and stuff like that because you got to obviously eat, right? You guys are going to probably be like, how's he go through the whole day without eating? No. So definitely have lunch around those times. So that way, I can kind of clear my head a little bit, get some food, and then around 1 o'clock to 1:30-ish, kind of finish lunch. Once I finish lunch, now it's time to get to work on what the slate is for the sports for that day. All right. So if baseball is going on, the NBA, NHL, any of that stuff, well, then that's the time that I have to zone in. All right. I'll take from about, I'd say 1:30-ish to about 3 o'clock is when I will zone in and look at all the plays for throughout the day, find all the probabilities of the player props, all that good stuff, fill the group in of everything that I'm looking at. So that way they could see as well exactly all the stuff that I'm looking at. Usually takes a couple hours because it really depends how many sports are going at once. There's only one sport going and it's just baseball. It doesn't take that long. But if there's NBA, NHL, and baseball, they're all going, then yes, it's going to take a little bit longer. So that usually gets me to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, as soon as that hits, now it's time to go pick the kids up from school. So then we got to go pick the kids up from school, make sure they get something to eat, and then we're on our way back to the house. That usually takes about an hour. So takes me to about 4 o'clock. All right, 4 o'clock-ish, we're back at home. Kids are home from school. The slate for the day is usually out and ready to go. Everybody knows what they should be looking at, what bets they should be placing, probabilities of everything. I should have everything completed pretty much by about 4 p.m. Pacific time. Then from about 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that's pool time for me. All right, you guys see I shoot videos in the pool sometimes. Well, that's what I do. In that hour, I'll go relax by the pool, catch some sun because it's always good to get out in the sun. So that way you can catch some rays. Like I said, I catch that in the morning in the runs as well. And make sure you get outside at least twice each and every day. So that way you can get some nice sun. I'll sit in the pool for about an hour. And then once 5 o'clock starts to come around the corner, then I will get out of the pool, and then now it's time to look at some of the games that are later in that slate as well to make sure that the group is gelling with what they're looking at. All right, and they know everything that they need to be looking at for the later games in that slate. So now I usually take about an hour. All right, from about, like I said, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and look at the later games that are going to be the last games that go off. Make sure all the information is updated for everybody in the group. Make sure everybody's looking at the right stuff. I'll go through and make sure that that's all up to date. All right, so that takes me about an hour to do. And then once I'm done doing that, the sports is pretty much over for the night. Now, if I want to catch some late games, yeah, maybe I'll sit back and watch a couple late games here and there. But I don't really watch the games too much. To be honest, I don't watch the game that often. What I will catch is a horse race here and there, because they only last about 60 seconds. So you can actually catch those. Whereas a game, if you're sitting there watching a game, it takes 2 or 3 hours. But that takes me to about 7 o'clock at night when I pretty much have wrapped up what I like to call pretty much like the work day. And now from about 7 to 8, that's about dinner time. All right. So we'll have dinner. We'll get the kids ready for school the next day. You got to do showers, baths, all that good stuff. Got to knock all that stuff out pretty much between that 7 and 9 period. I always like to say, we have the kids in bed by about 9 to 9:30-ish and have them ready to go. So we'll get them in bed by then, get them to to actually go to sleep if we're lucky. All right. We'll be able to get them to go to sleep by 9:30-ish. And then what I will do after that is I'll come back downstairs and I go through, usually all the games have wrapped up by the time I'm doing that, and I'll be able to see what the results are for all the games, and the horse racing. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll update the bet tracker for all the stuff that's happened in that day. All right, usually takes me about 30 minutes, because if you're on top of that every single day, it doesn't take you that long. All right, so it takes me about 30 minutes. So I'd like to say around 10 o'clock to 10:30ish, I'm pretty much wrapped up for the day. If I have to shoot some videos or whatnot, I will most likely knock them out in that time frame as well. So I'm usually in bed between 10:30 to 11 o'clock at night, and then, like I said, back up at 6 to 7 in the morning, and we'll get that rotation going all over again. Now that's my routine every single day as a professional sports bettor. Make sure you guys go down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about my daily routine, if that's something that you would be able to accomplish each and every day. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.